Shane, another disappointing result in Europe. What did you make of it?
Yeah, look, we set out with a very specific game plan, obviously, Anne-Marie, so we did, of trying to soak up a bit of pressure, playing a little bit different than Dundalk are used to playing. And I know it might sound crazy when you're 2-0 down at half time, but to a large extent it almost worked, in that we were trying to pick them off with counter-attacking movements, and 2 or 3 times, if the execution of our final pass had been better, it would have come off and it would have put a player through 1-on-1. Obviously, when it doesn't come off, it means you're pinned back and you have very little of the ball. But look, we had a fantastic chance probably 2 minutes before they scored their first goal, where Nathan and Dan go on a counter-attack, and if the weight on that pass is a little bit better, he's probably in, and we're 1-0 up, and 2 minutes later you're 1-0 down, and it's on moments like that games turn, you know.
The performance levels that we've seen in some of the European games just didn't seem to be there tonight. Can you put your finger on why that is?
Yeah, well, to be fair to the players, they were asked to give a very different kind of performance. And as I say, it's not a very Dundalk-like performance or a very Filippo-like performance, in that, you know, we tend to like to try and seize the initiative and go after the game. But look, we had Sunday in mind. Obviously, we had Sunday in mind, and we just thought that pressing all over the field might not be the way to go on this occasion. And as I say, we did go about it a different way. People will argue it was the wrong way to go about it when you look at the scoreboard, but it's not as simple as that. So, yeah, we weren't as proactive as normal, but as I say, there were tactical reasons behind that, very much so.
In terms of Sunday, you managed to get a few minutes into the legs of the likes of Michael Duffy and David McMillan, and you managed to take Chris Shields off early. Could that be crucial come Sunday?
Yep, very, very much so. Very, very much so, in terms of, I mean, pretty much all of those changes were planned before we ever stepped out onto the field. Very, very much with Sunday in mind. You look at the starting lineup, obviously had Sunday in mind as well. We're in the dressing room. Dan Kelly has a little bit of got a little bit of a belt on the eye during the game. That aside, and I mean, that should still be okay, all going well. That aside, you know, clean bill of health from tonight's game, which was another aim from tonight's game. So it was. So yeah, look, I think we're still in a good place heading into Sunday, which is very important.